Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Two Guys in the Dark. Now, you might have heard of us, you might not have heard of us, you probably haven't heard of us, considering we only have 100 subscribers, which we are thankful every single day.
109.
109 subscribers.
As of today,
which we are thankful every second, every day to God and you guys for. And also, you know, I mean, this is the VJ special, so
Part 2.
So we're coming at you with all kinds of stuff about me. It's finally about me. It's always about Sean, and today it's about me.
It's not always about.
Oh, you're right. It's not always about Sean. It's about Captain Cool.
Yes.
But today it's about me.
It's about the butt chucker of bananas.
That's what they call me.
All right. So how are we starting the show?
That's how we started the show right there, my nigga.
Okay.
Edit that out.
You're supposed to say.
And I say it again and just edit that out. I'm just gonna so that every time somebody hears edit that out, they're gonna be like, he said the N-word. Edit that out. Edit that out. Edit that out. He said it a lot. Shit.
Okay.
It's like, nigga. Edit. I think it's in this one. All right. I only got 4 questions for the butt chugging bananigans.
Okay, that's fine.
Because I couldn't think of 2 more, which I could probably think of 2 more.
On the spot, spontaneous ones.
But I think I'll just go with 4 because they're hard enough as it is.
Is that the, like, Wheel of Topics, but for you? Or is that the quiz
It's the
show?
quiz.
It is hard, ain't it?
Yeah, mine.
A lot of times I just go through old ones. Like, I find old answers.
Mine are just like stuff that after the fact, I'm like, Sean wouldn't know that. But then I'm like, I feel bad because I'm like,
anything music related, I'm fucked.
oh, okay, good. I can just put a musical question on there real quick. Who invented the music? The devil. Well, 2 of these questions are already music related, so let's just go ahead and start with the quiz show then.
All right,
Let's switch shit up today.
We're starting with the quiz show.
We are starting with the Mo friggin' quiz show.
Now, what do you call this?
Well, we can do the Captain Cool quiz
Oh,
show
we'll start
first.
with the Captain Cool
because
quiz
you got
show.
all your questions. Mine are only 4 questions long.
All right. So, Captain Cool quiz show. You gotta get 4 questions out of 6 to get to win the game. Are you ready?
Yes.
Question number 1. What was Spider-Man's first appearance?
Spider-Man's first appearance was in Action Comics number 63.
Nope. Action Comics is DC.
Yeah, I knew as soon as I said it, I was like, that's DC. Atlas was what Marvel used to go by, but they were already Marvel, I think, when Spider-Man was brought into existence. But I cannot think of the.
Here's the answer.
Nope. Let me use my brain a little bit. First appearance. Marvel Showcase number 3.
Nope.
Just kidding.
Answer: Amazing Fantasy number 15.
I would have never got that.
All right. Question number 2. Which Tony Hawk game featured Spider-Man as a playable character?
Tony Hawk 3. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3.
Wrong. All right. It's Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
Huh. It was 2. It was Tony Hawk's Pro
You
Skater
gotta
2.
get the rest of
Because that one also had Darth Maul, Wolverine, and I think you could play as the main character, Hank from King of the Hill in that one.
I don't know. I know I played.
It had a bunch of weird. I remember that it had a bunch of weird characters you could play as. Because I remember playing it with my uncle.
Yeah, I own the games. You gotta get the rest of these right to win the prize. Question number 3.
Osama bin Laden.
No.
Osama bin Laden.
No.
Osama bin Laden.
No.
Osama bin dead.
What musical artist tried to buy Marvel so they could play Spider-Man in a movie?
Some fucking idiot, probably. What musical artist tried to buy Marvel
Yes.
so that they could play Spider-Man
In a movie.
in a movie?
Yes.
Was it Michael Jackson?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Michael Jackson.
You're fucking with me.
No.
Oh my god. How did he not successfully buy Marvel though?
He bought the Beatles catalog.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, how did he not? He had money. He had a lot.
It was
of
in the
money.
90s too, so
Yeah, you knew he had money. He was like, Simone, I want to swing from web.
All right, so you're doing pretty good. You gotta get the rest of these 3 more to win. Which classic cartoon character became a Green Lantern?
Daffy Duck.
Yes, correct.
Sweet.
Question number 5. Which British TV show inspired Star Fox?
You know how I knew it was Daffy Duck?
Probably the Lego game.
No, it was I just put 2 and 2 together. It was like, well, it ain't no Disney characters because DC's owned by Warner Brothers.
That's a good deduction.
Yeah. All right, next. And I was like, it ain't gonna be Bugs Bunny because he'd have his own character.
Yeah. What British TV show inspired Star Fox?
Huh. The video game?
Yes.
Doctor Who.
No.
What British TV show
Mm-hmm.
inspired the video game Star Fox?
Mm-hmm.
It's probably old, isn't it? Because Star Fox is pretty old. Came out for the NES. Right? Or did it come out for the Super Nintendo? Pretty sure it was No, it was Super Nintendo.
Yeah, because I played it. I owned it.
Huh. So it's probably a show in the 90s.
Probably earlier.
Earlier? Well, I guess it is, yeah. Huh. Yeah, because the N64 came out in the 90s. So it'd be in the 80s.
Well, Super Nintendo was out, I don't know, maybe like early 90s. I don't know. This Donkey Kong Country, I know, came out in 94.
Yeah. The year we were born.
Mm-hmm.
I'm shooting blanks here. I can't think of any.
Thunderbirds!
Never would have guessed
Yeah,
that.
you never would have guessed that.
Never.
Last question. What is the name of the main character in Dead Rising 2? This is one of those where I couldn't think of one, so I went back through the old pages and found another question from a past episode.
Frank was the name of the guy in the first one.
Mm-hmm. Frank West is in the first one. He was in the second one.
I can see what he looks like, but I can't think of his name. Pass.
Chuck Green.
Never would have guessed it.
I mean, I gave you the question before.
Never would have guessed it in a million years.
Just try to memorize these. As like he might use them in the future.
I'm hoping he uses that one in the future so I can get it wrong a third time.
By the way, this episode is sponsored by
Big old fat fucking dicks.
No,
that's not it.
No.
My notes are a little bit different than yours.
It's Gary's 3-wheeled wheelchairs.
Ooh,
Gary's 3-wheeled wheelchair. Yes.
So how do you turn?
It's the
same way, like
yeah. The
you push
third
one
wheel,
at a time.
the third wheel's under the seat, and it's
so you just fall forward and backwards the whole time. It's a balancing act.
Well, it's like
you know they. Never mind.
You lower it, and then that way you get the extra speed boost.
Crouch down, go down hills faster.
Yeah.
But there's no wheels in the front, so you go downhill faster, and then eventually you just grind it into nothing. Your legs are ripped off, but you don't notice.
It's basically crippled to want to go fast. It's the tagline.
Speedsters.
If you ain't rolling fast enough. All right.
If you ain't rolling downhill, you ain't rolling fast enough.
Mm-hmm. So
party till your legs fall off.
If you want to sponsor us, email us. You can email us at either 2guysinthedark@gmail.com or at coolkidswithasthma@gmail.com.
Or theitsalot@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
Or this dude's name over here at doobity-poopity.com. But you already said that one, didn't you?
Yeah.
Cool Kids with Asthma. Yeah, I realized after I started to say it, I was like, it's too late.
Okay.
I actually know one of my quiz questions that you probably will get right.
Alright. Do you have them ready?
Yes, sir! Alright, Sean. You ready for the butt-chugging bananigans?
Yes, I'm ready.
It's supposed to mean it's supposed to be similar to shenanigans.
Okay.
Shenanigans. Dick-manigans. Alright. Question number 1. What is the name? The real name.
Okay.
Of Cleveland Brown's dad.
Fuck a doodle-doo.
Now, if I hadn't said real name, would you have got the question? Like, what is Cleveland Brown's dad's name?
I'm gonna go Cleveland. No, not Cleveland. Shit. I was like, my best.
So you don't even know his nickname? Thing everybody calls him in the show?
Did he come in later seasons?
No, he's like season 1, episode 3. Probably. I don't know. I just rewatched the whole show like the last 3 days. Not watched it, but it played in the background while I fell asleep.
Yeah, I like the show. I just I didn't watch it that much. I own the whole series. Garfunkel.
Incorrect.
Garfield.
Negative.
Gabriel.
Also wrong.
Gunther.
Oh shit! You're still wrong.
That's like, no.
No fucking way. You're right. You're right that you're wrong.
What is it?
It is LeVar Brown.
LeVar Brown. I wouldn't got that.
LeVar Brown. That's okay. That's not the one that I expected you to get right.
Okay. Oh, I'm expected to get one.
Who? What voice actor?
Okay, here's where I'm going to get it right.
Yep. What voice actor plays the voice of Megatron?
Oh, fucking A. James. Starts with a C.
What?
Starts with a C, don't it? James. No. Fuck.
Maybe I should be more specific. Were you thinking of the movies?
It's the same guy in the movies.
Oh, well, then you're definitely wrong.
I thought his name was James. He could be. I know what he looks like.
What does he look like?
He's a bald old guy. I think. I don't know. I just saw him the other day. He was on the Toys That Made Us on Netflix. On the Transformers episode.
Good goddamn! How many people played his voice?
Oh, maybe I am right, James. C.
Yeah, now I'm questioning it. It keeps bringing up these lamos, except for one that I absolutely recognize as the voice of Megatron for me.
He was that fanboy a year ago, I believe, or maybe it was this year.
Well, the guy that I'm thinking of, that I thought you would have guessed right off the bat, was Frank Welker.
He didn't play Megatron though. He played another Transformer. If he did play Megatron,
Google's lying then.
If he played Megatron,
It says Megason. Frank Welker voiced him in Transformers: The Last Night. Hugo Weaving was also an answer I would have accepted, who played him in the original Transformers movie. The first one with Shia LaBeouf. And then the voice actor who played him in the anime. This nigga old though. That Frank Welker.
Yeah.
He's older. He's like
I've seen him.
73 years old.
Okay. That's like me going, who played Batman? The one I'm thinking of.
Well, I would have accepted any of the answers, but now you got me questioning if I had the right answer to begin with.
I was thinking of the OG show. I wasn't.
Yeah, so Fred Jones, he played Fred Jones in Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
That's the voice actor I immediately thought of, because he played Megatron and Galvatron in the Transformers TV series back in the day.
I knew he played a Transformer. I was like, and in the original.
Yeah, Megatron and Galvatron are the same person. It's just after Megatron is bestowed with power, or basically reborn by Unicron.
I was thinking Optimus Prime this whole time.
You dumbass.
I was thinking Optimus Prime this whole time.
Okay. See, you had me so damn confused. I was like, I'm pretty sure Frank Welker did his voice like from day one, like, G1 to B1, my nigga. But I was confused as hell. I was thinking.
See how little I know about Transformers. All right, next question.
Right. In Justice League,
yes,
the episode about Cersei, Batman sings a song called Am I Blue? For Diana, who's also known as Wonder Woman. Who originally sings the song Am I Blue?
You know, I could have guessed the name of the song he sung, but I can't tell you who's the original artist. Because I've seen the episode.
Do you want me to just tell you?
Yeah.
Ray Charles.
Ray Charles?
Yeah, it's a really good song.
Because I remember it, And he's in the lounge. And I was like, okay. Okay. Is that all of them?
There was one more.
Okay. That's the last one.
And my question was, do you like violence? Do you want to see this guy shove a 9-inch dildo in his eye?
No.
No.
Did I get it right?
Wrong answer. No, the last question is a secret. No, I'm just kidding. I just got to look at it again because my short-term memory already lost it. The last question for you today is on the tip of my tongue, and it is: which of Batman's ex-girlfriends shares her name with a death metal band?
Her secret name, or like her real name, or her
Her real name
Okay.
is also the name of a death metal band.
Okay. He's had a lot of girlfriends.
You?
Okay, so her real name, the whole name, or just half
her whole name is the name of the death metal band.
The only one I could think of that would make sense is Talia Ghul.
No.
Okay.
It's two names though. You were close. you were barking up the wrong tree.
Selena Kyle.
Negative.
No. Okay. What was her name? Rachel Bowers.
No, but you imagine a metal band, and you like, out of all the Batman's girlfriends, like, this metal band sounds like a cool name for a metal band.
And it's is okay.
And it ain't no goddamn Rachel Bowers.
I was like, maybe it is. I don't even know if that's her last name. I think it is. I could be wrong. Andrea Beaumont.
Negative.
That'd been cool if it was.
That would have actually been a pretty cool. Would have been a decent metal band name.
Diana, whatever her Wonder Woman's last name is.
Nope. But I'm getting phone calls from people that I don't know. Go away.
Did the metal band base it off of the name, or was it just a coincidence?
I think it might just be a coincidence.
Yeah.
But I'd have to actually look into that. That would take some actual
Effort. Fuck, dude. Vicky.
I can.
Vicky Vale. Is her name Vicky Vale?
I can give you the title of the comic book that she was his girlfriend in.
Oh, okay.
Batman Confidential. Might have just narrowed it down way too much for you. Because I don't think... Was there a lot of Batman Confidential? You're a Batman nerd. You're supposed to know these things.
There's a lot of Batman.
There is too much Batman, actually. He's overexposed.
Fucking A.
You tap.
Yeah.
Put you in the walls of Jericho. It's Lorna Shore.
I would have not gotten that.
I talk about this band all the time.
Doesn't mean it's just like, oh, well.
I thought about putting one of their songs on the Writers Club playlist just to give you a hint. I should have done it.
Yeah.
Just to see if you'd have got it. I'd have been like, damn, nigga. You really checking out them hints, boy.
Okay.
And that was the last question. So you failed.
I know. I got everyone wrong.
Oh, you got one right, didn't you?
No.
Damn, you suck.
I got one wrong.
I feel so much smarter than you in moments like these. Just kidding.
Okay. So what are we going for next?
Let's hit up the Wheel of Topics.
Wheel of Topics. Start with mine?
Yeah.
Wheel of Topics.
Wheel. Topics.
Dark Cloud. VJ's favorite podcast episodes. What's VJ thinking about? Boxers versus briefs. VJ's word of the day. And would you store a bottle of farts for 1,000 years?
Fuck yeah.
Okay, so we're just going
We're just going straight into that one.
Yep.
Would I store a bottle of fart for 1,000 years?
Yep.
I would freeze a fart. I'd put a fart in a jar, seal it, put it in a freeze contaminated contaminated unit or contamination unit or whatever you call it, time capsule, bury it underground to not be fucked with for 1,000 years. 1,000 years later, there'd be a note in the time capsule after they dig it up that says, "Open this jar and check this shit out." And when they open the jar, they're just gonna smell 1,000-year-old frozen fart.
That's funny. I wonder if that's like scientifically you can do that.
I don't know, but I want to find out. I think if you ask Kaylee, I have tried.
Okay.
So there was a moment when I had one of those mason jars. I farted into it, and I closed it, and I put it in the freezer. Kaylee comes home one day, like a week later, and opens up this jar in the freezer. And she's like, "Why is this jar in the freezer?" And I'm like, "Did you smell it?" She smells it. She's like, "I don't smell anything." And I'm like, "Oh, I farted in it." And she's just like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I was wanting to. It's a science experiment."
All right, Dark Cloud, VJ's favorite podcast episodes. What's VJ thinking about? Boxes versus briefs. VJ's word of the day.
VJ's word of the day.
What's the word of the day?
The word of the day is
necromancy.
No. VJ's word of the day is edit that out.
Edit that out.
Edit that out.
Okay. Edit that out.
Edit that out.
3 words of the day.
I just imagine they when they hear that they think he's saying the N-word. He's saying the N-word. He's saying it.
The real word of the day.
The real word of the day is
edit
the
that
N-word.
Edit that out.
Edit that out. Yeah.
All right. Dark Cloud, VJ's favorite podcast episodes.
Let's do that one.
Favorite podcast episodes
Yes.
or Dark Cloud?
Favorite podcast
Okay.
episodes. My favorite episodes of Fears Are Us so far are... I liked episode 3 a lot. No, episode 2. What's the one where y'all go over the first... Like one of the earliest Frankenstein movies where he throws that girl into the water and she just drowns? That's the first episode?
Yeah.
Okay. Then what was the second?
Bride of Frankenstein.
Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah.
I liked that one too. But I like the little 15-minute where y'all talk about that movie and he just chucks that bitch in the water and she like drowns in like no... Like doesn't even go under the water. She just lays there. And I was like, God, I want to watch this movie now so that I can shit talk this... Dive. I just imagine that's like what the director says. Dive, damn it, dive.
Deeper.
She's like, I'm being thrown in the water. What do you want me to do? Wear less padded clothing.
Darth Vader tossed her like he did the Emperor.
No.
It's more like...
Yeah, and then I'm listening to like a video, a Watch Mojo video, and they're like, where he accidentally drowns a girl, and I'm like, bitch, he didn't do that by his... He chucked that bitch in the water. He befriends a little girl, then accidentally drowns her.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if they were friends. She must have looked at him funny.
So that's your favorite Fears. How far have you gotten in Fears?
I think I'm up to date. What was the last video?
Shaun of the Dead. I dropped that last night.
Oh, then I have not seen that.
You seen any of the zombie ones?
Yes, the last one I watched is the dinner party, I want to say.
Thanksgiving one?
Yeah.
That was the Dead Don't Die. That's the second one. You're only one behind then.
Yeah. Yeah, it was weird hearing Jude in that episode.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what? She was on that podcast before she was on our podcast? Then I remembered she was in our first episode of our podcast.
Episode 3.
Episode 3?
Yeah, I guess she was Robin.
Yeah,
so.
she was Robin.
Yeah.
So, episode 1, bitch. Oh, okay. Look at that. Who knows more about the show than you? I do, bitch! Ah!
Well,
Sorry, I got a little too excited.
What's your favorite Bizarre Adventure episode? Have you even seen any of season 2?
I have not.
Okay. It's all out.
I got a lot to catch up on.
Yeah.
I have just recently subscribed to YouTube Red so I can listen to YouTube.
I thought you were going to say I just resubscribed to the channel. Like,
no.
When did you unsubscribe?
No. I recently resubscribed to YouTube Red so that I could listen to YouTube instead of having to watch it.
Yeah.
I can just listen to it while I'm at work. And it keeps saying, why don't you download the YouTube Music app? I'm like, I have Spotify, leave me alone. It's like, Spotify's for losers. I'm like, go to hell. It's like, okay, I'm going to hell because I badmouth Spotify. By the way, Spotify is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So if Spotify ever wants to sponsor our podcast, we're we're out there.
We'll lick your balls, Spotify.
I ain't afraid to lick a little bit of balls. Okay, I'm not afraid. I just don't know if I'd want to.
So from what you heard, I guess just season 1 in the first movie, what do you like?
All the funny shit that we did with Joey was just
the whole season 1.
Like the training day episode where we literally just take a break and go running around and like trying to boost our stats and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Or you trained, and I think my character trained with you. And then my dwarf was like, alright, fuck this training shit. And he goes out and fights a harpy by himself. It gets trapped in her, underneath her, we didn't record this for the podcast. Shit, we didn't. Yeah, because by the time we started recording for the podcast with Joey, I wasn't playing as those two characters. I was playing as, Keyshawn. Damn.
So that was a non-canon.
That's non-canon, but it was such a fun episode. I was like, why did we never finish that,
campaign.
It was so much fun. I got to play two different characters. They were completely different people.
Yeah,
and it was fun. But okay,
I remember that.
I'd have to say when I cut off the head of the Hydra, it just literally carried it around as a backpack.
Yeah.
Started stuffing shit in its mouth. Like, I'm gonna put this over here, and I just imagine I'm walking away with this Hydra over my shoulder, and all the stuff's just falling out of his neck, like, because I cut his fucking head off.
You'd have to put like a seal on the bottom.
Yeah, like a cork or something. But it'd be funny. Just dropping all my shit as I walk away. You guys see what happened to my underwear?
My favorite's probably the Keyshawn movie. The first one. I don't know. I had to re-listen to 2. 2's not out yet. Or at least as of recording, it's not out. So it's not canon, Sean. It's not canon. I imagine time this airs, that would have already been aired. So, but
yeah, probably. Definitely.
Yeah.
But to us, currently, it's not canon. We need to get our shit together and start releasing these stuff all in order.
I just released,
we need to get, get to where we're releasing it all in order so it's not confusing to us to talk about, presently, but, in the future.
Yeah.
But also in the past, because it's the past right now, except for the people in the future. God damn it! The timeline is not right.
Well, each podcast is kind of its own universe. So
your butthole is in its own universe. It's probably why you never get any anal play. Girls can't reach it because it's out of this world.
What kind of anal play?
I don't know, a little finger in the butthole.
No, I don't like that.
Just smooth its way on up the underside of your balls and wiggle around.
Funny story. Speaking of
buttholes. Ejaculantern.
So Frankie came up to me the other day.
Oh God, I don't know if I want to hear this story.
She's like, if another fucking manager tells me you like to eat ass, I'm gonna punch you in the fucking face.
Why does everybody know this about you? Why does everybody know this about me? Nobody listens to our podcast, yet they know these things.
Well, it took me a minute. I was like, who else knows? And I remembered a conversation I had with the manager. And he comes up to me with a bottle of whipped cream. He goes, here. I do claims where I get rid of the broken stuff, food. He hands me a thing of whipped cream. He goes, here you go. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with this? He goes, shove it up your ass. I'm like, well, I would shove it up someone else's ass. He goes, would you eat it? I'm like, I've done it, yeah. I was trying to tell him that whipped cream story.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, he just walked away when I said, he goes, would you eat it if it came out of someone's ass? I'm like, yeah, I've done it before.
I think I would have walked away too, just the fact that you eat it. You could put it in your mouth and then spit it out and then get some Listerine and gargle that. I can't shit talk. I think I just ate Leslie's booty hole the other day.
Okay, see?
I eat the booty like groceries.
So the last couple of days, my parents have been calling me nothing but ass eater all the time. I'm like, hey, no, not ass eater, they call me shit eater. And the other day, they were yelling at George for eating booze, cat shit. Wait a minute, you're both born in the same month. You both like to eat shit.
Oh God, it's a cancer thing.
Yeah.
But what about us Aquariuses, though? What about us Aquarii, though?
Frankie's like, I think it's this just your generation. You're just like, I'm gonna call you Generation Shit Eaters, and we're like, I guess, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess.
That's a lot of my friends though are like.
It's not like we invented it. It's just it's gotten to the point where people actually keep their assholes clean enough to make it nice.
I think
or
what it is
not nice, but like
tolerable. I think more people are more open because we grew up where porn was available right when we needed it.
Oh yeah.
So
let me just look at one hand while I use the other to pleasure myself.
Yeah. So I think what it is we're like more open, and older people were like didn't know what this shit was until they're way older.
Yeah. They're all just jealous. They're like, damn, I want to know what that feels like. I don't know what that be like. I'm trying to find out what that be like.
Did I ever tell you the story about me when I ate Heather's ass?
No, you didn't. Wait, the whipped cream story?
No, that's Becca.
Oh, they all kind of start to blend together.
Yeah.
I don't even. Oh, Heather. Yeah,
that's the one I dated for 2 months.
For 2 months, that one. Glad I didn't meet her.
She met all my other friends. You're the only one she didn't meet. And
good. I'm better than all your other friends. I'm the best.
I was like, you met all 5% that matters. You just got to meet the other 95. What are you doing in my glove box?
I just found a knife in here, and I'm gonna use it to stab you to death. Clearly, damn, that's a badass knife too. Oh shit, that's some. What the fuck is on this knife, Sean?
Deodorant.
Oh. I didn't believe you. But
so it smells nice.
It actually, it does. Smells so good.
Okay, let me tell you this story. So I kept hyping up. Like, I like to eat ass. Let's try it out sometime. She was okay, and I did it.
Does this knife have a light on it?
Yeah. Hey, would you focus?
Just real quick. Tell me how to turn this light on.
I don't know, dude. I got it. Some guy gave it to me.
What is this? Why is this knife so slimy?
It's covered in deodorant.
Yeah, but you should wash this thing. Well, it has a compass on it.
Mm-hmm.
A bottle opener. It's a pretty dope knife.
Yeah.
Has a
box cutter.
I don't think that's what that is. But like, why the fuck does it have this knife on it? I mean, this light on it that just doesn't
shine. I'm sure maybe you got twisted.
I think you're twisting it the wrong way. Bet it's out of batteries though. There's no. Oh, there is a battery in there.
See, now we know how. I think.
Yeah, you might just have to replace the battery. What if the light just doesn't cut off until it's dead?
I don't know. I got it and immediately threw it in that glove box, and I haven't pulled it really out since then.
Except to scrape some deodorant off your deodorant.
I think the deodorant just melted in there. I think of deodorant in there, and it just kind of like melted on it.
Hey, it's got a window breaker on the bottom.
Really?
Really? You don't fucking believe me?
Okay.
You believe me now? Yes, that I fucking hate you.
So, been hyping up eating ass, and I finally get to it.
She's like, "It's alright. It's alright.
No,
it's good."
I stick it in there, and that's like the most disgusting thing I've ever tasted. Like,
you didn't make her wash her booty first.
What? She was clean. She did shower.
This is the girl who lives with bed bugs.
Yeah.
And you thought she was clean.
And that's the same one where I stuck it in. It felt like I was fucking a sewer line. Like she kind of stunk. I was like, I haven't ate ass since, but I was like,
saving it for someone special,
someone clean.
Yeah. Jesus, that's so gross.
It was the whole next day. I was like, that was the worst day. Because I could still
the whole next day.
I was at work just pissed.
Just rubbing your tongue on everything so you can't taste it anymore.
Oh,
so shit in your mouth.
Well, if you must know.
That's why she broke up with you.
Why is that everybody?
She's just like I didn't wash my ass enough. He knows what my shit tastes like. Ew.
Alright, so what's
Leslie has the common courtesy to, get up in there and clean it out for me.
That's good.
From what eat it. I mean, like,
see, that's why I couldn't.
But also, I mean, I'm not about to go down on her when she farts or anything like that. Like, the other day, we were, like, doing stuff, and I was about to eat the booty. She's like, stop spreading my ass cheeks apart like that. I'm like, why? She's like, I'm about to fart. And I was like, do it on my forehead. Do it on my forehead. I didn't really. I said that, but I didn't really want her to. I was like, just get that thing out of here. And I'm not gonna lick the booty today.
Yeah.
On to the next subject.
Okay.
Booty holes in your Cheerios.
Oh wait, we didn't go over all the episodes. What's your favorite Two Guys episode?
How
did we get that off topic?
We haven't seen each other in a month.
Yeah.
So that's probably how. I'm still partial to
the peanut butter episode.
Yeah.
Episode 4 or 5. I think it's 5.
George Washington Carver.
Yeah.
Episode. Still one of my favorites.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. And then the one we did with JT. I don't know if it's
one.
been released yet.
It hasn't. I mean, it probably will. Definitely will be time.
By the time they hear this.
I just edited. It's already complete. I just got to upload it.
It's so funny.
It's the first episode of the season. It's a lot better than I remembered. I don't think it was that good, but when I listened to it back, I was like, that's actually pretty good.
It's a pretty damn good episode there.
The Christmas episode. Season 3 premiere.
So this would be the season 4?
This is still season 3. We're at the ass end
Christmas
of
episode.
This ain't. That would be the season.
Oh yeah.
Beginning. I figured we just do seasons would just be a year.
Yeah.
So season 3 is basically 2019.
Yeah. So I just read my horoscope, or not my horoscope. I was doing one of those funny quiz things on Facebook, and it was like, which astrological sign would you be most happy with or good with in a relationship or some shit like that. So I go through all these questions, I answer all these questions, and it's like Cancer. Your most compatible astrological sign is a Cancer. And it's like, as I read further through it, it's like someone you already know has feelings for you and is in love with you, and it's talking about a Cancer. And I was like, oh boy. Me and Sean really need to talk.
Oh shit. Alright.
You little gay boy. You're my little gay boy.
Well, a couple more ghosted files and I might be there.
I'm happily taken, so
anyway.
You give me my side piece. Does that make you feel bad?
No.
No. I'll settle for side piece.
Dark Cloud. What you thinking about? Boxers versus briefs. Yeah, that's it.
What am I thinking about? What if we took a bunch of whipped cream and just sprayed it into like a bunch of condoms and then tied them up and froze them and then just chucked them off of a really tall building onto people?
It'd probably kill them.
I know, but it'd be fucking hilarious.
Until we go to jail.
What is that? Oh, it's a condom. While the cream is just oozing out all over their body.
What a stupid way to die. Like he's just
St. Peter. Let's see, says here you died in a cream bath that was flowing out of a condom that fell off of a 12-story building. Not fell, it was thrown. Yeah. These guys, real funny guys. They got your ass. Yeah, they got me. Oh, man.
Here, hold on, let me call Joseph in there. He has to read this. Oh. Joseph, come here and read this. Let's see how this guy died.
Oh, my God. It was condoms full of whipped cream and then frozen? No wonder he died. They should have let him thaw out. It would be funnier. Could you imagine, like, it not breaking? It just hits them and, like, wraps over their face and then falls on the ground in front of them, rolls down the street, and they're just watching it, and they're like, huh, I'm going to go kick somebody's ass on the top of this building.
You're going to have to kick their ass.
Yep. I knew I was going to have to kick some ass today. Just didn't know it was going to be these motherfuckers.
Final question, or final subject. Boxers versus briefs.
What's the difference?
I think boxers are those like little
ones with the slit and the ding-a-ling with the button on it.
Yeah, I think briefs or Jordans.
Okay.
And then boxers are like the really ones are like I guess the open leg there.
I like both, but I think like if I had to choose, it'd be briefs because they're easier to work in.
Yeah,
than
like
boxers.
Boxers like kind of like hiding the thing between my nuts and my leg. It likes to stay there.
Every now and then, you poke a head out or something like it's just like chilling. You need can I get a tuck? Can I just get a tuck? Like,
yeah,
but also for some reason boxers want to like slowly ride down into my crack, like and have my crack exposed so that everybody can see it. But briefs stay up at my waist and they're like, "Oh, we got your crack, brother. We ain't letting nobody see that shit. We don't even want to see that shit. We can smell that shit right now and we don't even like it." Talking like Charlie Murphy and whatnot.
Rest in peace, Charlie.
R.I.P. and John Witherspoon. R.I.P.
Yeah.
We lost two of the best comedians in Black Jesus.
It's your turn.
And they were also in other things that were great. New shoes, new shoes.
That's a show we should do in the future.
Boondocks for sure, except for season 4.
We gotta go over the good and the bad.
Yeah, you're right.
All right.
We could explode season 4. We could not go over it and just tell them how bad it was from our experience.
I mean, if I'm gonna watch season 1 to 3, I want to watch 4.
I want to remember how bad it was.
There was an episode 2 that went.
I'm pretty sure my phone's gonna die before I can even read all my notes
for
the movies that we watched, which sucks. But let's do VJ's wheel of topics.
VJ's wheel of topics.
Apparently, I only wrote down 3.
Oh, okay.
I get distracted.
This is why
I get distracted very easily.
Why'd you do notes? I did notes. Yeah, just in case.
Write the next Godzilla movie.
Okay.
Godzilla versus King Kong Skull Island, which turns out they're actually about to make that. Yep. And which comic book city would you insert yourself in?
Okay. Let's do
I had so many other questions that I was like saving. I bet I put them in other notes and just fucking can't find them.
Let's do the first one. Book the next Godzilla movie.
Yes.
Now, is this like the mainstream timeline? Universe?
Oh, why doesn't your fucking charger fit my phone, damn it?
I don't know.
Notes failed. Okay. Yeah, we'll go with the current universe.
So after Gods and Monsters, what would I want to do?
Gods and Monsters.
Or the King of Monsters. I'd probably have them build like a robot Godzilla to take on Godzilla. So he'd be like, I guess to kill it, but it really does worse damage than he thought, and that's probably what I do.
I feel like that is like literally the next logical step is let's draw from what's already happened and do it again. But it does make sense to have a Mechagodzilla. It would be a good plot. You build the Mechagodzilla to protect the Earth in case Godzilla ever shows up again.
Yeah.
Godzilla shows up to fight a villain.
Quickly
and then
kills him.
No, doesn't kill them. They're really good. Like they're really strong. They have some sort of advantage over him.
Yeah.
And or Godzilla is going to quickly kill him. It looks like Godzilla's got him on the ropes, and some overzealous military figurehead is just like, "We got him now. Send in Mechagodzilla. We can two birds with one stone."
Yeah.
And then, because I mean, it's really hard for them to pick up after the way King of the Monsters ended. He destroyed, King Ghidorah.
Something like that.
Yeah. And all the other creatures bowed down to him, so it's like, they're bitches. We can't write a movie with him killing them because it's literally 2 seconds long now. He's just, boom, he dead. Fuck you.
Unless there's like a new challenger approaches.
Yeah, it was like he'd have to have somebody on Ghidorah's status. Like he'd have to have somebody that badass.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm confused about this new Kong movie because like
We'll go ahead and jump to the next topic then?
Yeah, let's jump into the next topic.
Okay, here's what I think. I don't think, seeing the the 3 movies, I don't see how Kong would stand out.
He doesn't even fucking register as a threat.
Because he had trouble fighting those like little skull guys.
Yeah.
And like Godzilla would just like destroy them.
Like, I don't know why, but I imagine like he has every tactical advantage in the world. Like they give him they make him a fucking suit to just like, you know, like even like in like some sort of robotic suit that enhances him and gives him abilities. Like even in a world where he's not, you know, just this giant fucking gorilla, and he has like fucking superpowers or something, he still doesn't stand a chance against Godzilla.
No,
he's too fragile.
Godzilla's got all that
fire
protection.
hurt him in the first movie.
Yeah,
like in Kong Skull Island, the fire that burned him.
Yeah,
he was like almost out. He almost got killed by those monsters. One was just a giant, ugly skull monster, and he almost got taken out by that. Now we're going over the movie a little too much. Sorry, but I just don't think he'd stand a chance.
I don't think they're
like,
gonna.
How are they writing that into a movie?
They're gonna end up having to team up to fight somebody.
And he's also nowhere near the size of Godzilla if you look at the 2 movies.
Yeah,
because he was standing over the trees in that one movie, Skull Island, but he wasn't standing over the mountains, and Godzilla stands over the skyscrapers.
Yeah.
So they don't look to scale. They don't look like they're even on the same scale when you compare
maybe
the 2
unless
movies.
he's gotten bigger over the years,
like King Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess if you think about it, like because he could have been a young Kong, but even then he's gonna be a really old ass Kong coming into. Godzilla is ancient, but like he doesn't age like regular people though.
Well, they did say. Well, we'll talk about this when we get to the movie review, but let's go ahead and jump to the last topic.
Topic numero
3.
The third topic.
Anal bleach, right?
Anal bleach.
No, that one.
I feel like that was it. Let's see, we did
both Godzilla ones.
Godzilla versus What city would you insert yourself into in any comic book universe?
Now, does it have to be comic originally comic, or can it be like?
I mean, I guess it could be a cartoon, like Ben 10 type thing, or like any really like what if you were just a low street level superhero, which universe, which area would you want to just insert yourself into?
So I am a superhero.
You're Captain Cool.
Fuck, same powers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Couch potato.
In that case, the chase is Springfield.
You'd still get your ass beat.
I guess.
I feel like if I had to choose a city, it'd be something like Star City or, like New York in the Marvel Universe, where all the low-level superheroes hang out.
Yeah, but they got alien invasions. That's where all the Avengers. So
yeah, but how many of the street-level superheroes did you see in that movie? None. Where was Daredevil?
I'm gonna sit this one out.
Yeah, none of them. They were like running like crowd control. Like, I feel like I could do that. Hey, come this way. You see those giant fucking aliens over there? Don't go that way, dummy.
We tend to avoid that area.
Right, like Luke Cage and all them, just like clearing paths and letting people out. Like if I'm just a low level superhero, because I mean. Maybe Wakanda looks like it's pretty chill over there.
Yeah,
I don't have to do much. Like this, the first attack we've had in centuries.
Let's spin the wheel of topics.
The wheel of a topic.
Where are we going next?
I don't know. What else do we have scheduled for the segments?
Well, I got
segments. What segments?
Comments on porn videos.
What do we even do on this podcast?
Whatever the fuck we want.
Whatever the fuck we want.
Okay, so this one's comments on porn videos.
Mm.
Okay, this one's called "Fucking My Wife Until My Huge Balls Slap Against Her Ass." And this video,
3 seconds in. Well, it's over, I guess. My balls slapped against her ass already.
Fucking. Have you ever seen that episode of South Park where they like give themselves testicular cancer?
Yeah, and the balls grew up real big.
It's like kind of like that. And then so this guy comments, Let's see, where is it?
Might want to go see a doctor.
This guy comments, "Oh my fucking god, that's my parents." And another guy comments, "LOL, he recognizes his dad's huge droopy testicles." Alright, next up, we got The Ghosted Files. Do, 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 do. We don't do dubstep in The Ghost Files. Do, 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 do. That's my favorite part of the podcast. I was just doing
just you literally do this just so you can sing it. You come up with segments. You hope girls drop your ass so you can be like, let's sing the Ghosted Files song.
Right. This week we got Katie.
You know what? You're such a edit that out. Continue.
Okay. This week, Katie. So,
can a man scratch his underboob?
Without judgment. Okay, so Katie. So I met Katie a little after we last hung out. We kind of clicked a little bit. She had
she have a big old boobies. She had the riddle boobies.
I saw pictures of her, right?
They were room temperature, weren't they?
They're okay.
They were decent.
They're white girl tits.
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing because I'm very partial to white girl boobs.
Well, I don't know. They were like average for
very average boobies. Got it.
Okay, so I didn't.
Oh man, they're just tits. That's all they were.
Okay, continue. I didn't sleep with this one, but like we hung out once. I saw pictures. She kind of like an emo clothes on. I was like, okay, let's see how this goes. But then I heard her voice,
and she sounded like a butt.
She sounded. Stop hitting buttons, boy. So then I heard her voice, and you think emo clothes, you'd get like a. I thought she'd be more like a kind of like a hard ass,
monotonistic, low, deep voice, more
down to earth.
Like this.
Down to earth voice.
But she sounded like this, didn't she?
No.
Like, hi, Sean. How you doing? Hi, I'm Katie.
She sounds like if you imagine if Cracker Barrel could talk. That's what she sounds like. That's what I was like. What the fuck?
Hang on a minute. I'm trying to imagine Cracker Barrel talk. Hang on. Well, howdy, y'all. Welcome to Cracker Barrel.
Well, no, it wasn't like that. It was like,
well, howdy, y'all. Welcome to Cracker Barrel.
We were on the phone, and she'd say something like, "Eating my biscuits."
Eating my biscuits. What are you doing? I'm eating my biscuits.
Well, she doesn't sound like
eating
Gomer Pyle.
Eating my biscuits.
She's like,
eating my biscuits. Eating my biscuits. Hurting my biscuits.
She sounded like an old country white woman.
Eating my biscuits. Oh, I'm eating my biscuits. What are you doing?
Sounds like, what the fuck? And I met her in person.
Oh,
and
sounds cute.
I was like, well, I'll give her a chance, right? And then like I see it, and the first thing I see is she's walking down, her belly's hanging out, her front top teeth and her front bottom teeth are knocked out. She looked like Unknown Henson, if you know who that is.
I don't, but
he's a.
You could have got your dick through her teeth.
And like Unknown Henson he's a musician, voice actor. He plays the dad in Squidbillies.
Okay.
And he's called Unknown Henson, and he's like supposed to be like some kind of weird vampire.
I believe it.
And he kind of does look like an old ass vampire. That's what she looked like, and she smelled like shit. And like, I remember I took her to the Chinese place we go a lot.
I didn't even bother eating her booty
no. Well, she's like.
Because you could smell it already. You were like,
she wanted to go back to my house. Like, nope.
Oh, you thought she was gonna get something?
Yeah.
You thought otherwise? You're like, I'm good.
Yeah, you know it's bad if Sean turns you down for sex.
Oh God.
You know something's wrong. But I was like, you know what? Let's go Target. Bought me Amiibo since I was already over there.
You know, for every 9 and 10 you get, you're supposed to throw a bone to like a 2 and a 3.
You say I don't know. Did you just say every 9 and 10 I get?
It's good karma, man.
I haven't got a 9 or a 10 yet, so when I start getting those,
I just think your standards are too high, man.
I'm getting
a 9 and a 10 for you is like
okay for Sean's
for everybody else.
Well,
I'm just kidding. That's mean.
I don't know. Like, so we still talked a little bit after that, and then
I just gave myself so much bad karma. Continue.
We still talked a little bit after that, but one day, like, I didn't text her, and then she didn't text me, and we just kept it going. So
I'm not gonna text him first. He's gonna text me first. I'm not gonna text her first. I'm not gonna text her at all.
So that was Katie.
Poor Katie.
She was nice.
Yeah. See, this is where you fucked up. You found somebody who's nice to you, and you were upset because she smelled like shit, missed her front teeth, and was eating her biscuits. You son of a bitch.
We were in Target, and, like, she turned, and I was like, oh, fuck, no, I don't know what this is about to happen. And I knew what she was doing. She was going in for a kiss, and I was like, no. And, like, I don't know, it was, like, so intense. And then it happened. I let it happen. I saw a Target employee walk by, and I almost, like, reached my hand out for them to come grab me, but I didn't.
Sean, this could have been the one, man. You let her get away. I thought you said she was cute.
No, I said she had emo clothes, and I was like,
that's it? You're into emo clothes?
Well,
you could have, like, let her come over to your house and take a bath and or shower, and then, you know.
I don't know where the shit smell came from. So I didn't know what
that is
she
kind
had
of
to,
bothersome.
I don't know what she needed to wash. but she was nice.
So she was kind of like a female Sean. Super sweet on the inside, but, like, dumpster fire on the outside. So you, like, shut yourself down in two different ways there. Metaphorically and, like, legitimately, literally.
Okay, let's
stop.
Let's go to something else.
Let's move on from the roasting of Sean Dills.
Are we going to movie reviews or groove?
Let's do movie reviews now, since my phone is still alive.
Alright. We got, since it's VJ Picks episode.
Oh, yeah. I never get to pick, so I pick like 15 movies. Y'all better be ready for them. One of them's porno called Big Dick Daddy Doggy Hosier.
Doggy Hosier. Alright.
That's actually not a real thing. I'm sorry.
What do you want to start with?
Let us start with Us. Or should we end with Us?
Let's end with Us, since that's my favorite.
Yeah, okay, so we'll start with 12 cameras.
13 cameras.
13 cameras since it was your least favorite.
Is he retarded, and is the other guy retarded? The main guy in the movie.
The good guy?
Both of them.
I guess not a good guy. First off, let's just talk about how this dude has a total 10, married to her, she's pregnant with his kid, and he still feels the need to cheat on her. I don't get that.
Well, he did say she wasn't putting out.
That doesn't mean shit. Like, if you're in a marriage, in a committed relationship, yeah, and it showed the flip side of that coin too, because she's sitting there, she's like, I don't want him to even see me naked.
Yeah. Because
she's self-conscious about it, and he can't even, like, talk to her about these kind of things. That's why they needed to seek marriage counseling.
Yeah.
But, like, that's just ridiculous. Like, I've been in a relationship for 5 years. I think I've only had sex 2 of the years that we've been together. 2.5. But, you know, because the first 2 years we didn't even had sex.
I would have lost my fucking mind.
I think I did. I think somewhere along the lines I did lose my mind. But, you know, the first 2 years me and Leslie didn't even bone. I mean, we did oral stuff.
You're fucking insane.
We did oral stuff.
You're insane.
But then we actually had sex, and then we actually had sex for a good amount of time, and now we don't. We've been holding off. You know, we just do it every now and then.
Yeah.
But it kind of makes it feel more special to me. Not. It feels more intimate. It feels more like making love than it does. Than it does just fucking.
I don't know, because, like, if me and Mary skipped a day when a week she lived with me and then do it the next day, I was like, this is good enough. This is a good wait time.
I guess I'm just not craving for it anymore. In my old age, I'm not, like, pussy starving. I'm not thirsty. I drink enough water to keep me keep my electrolytes up. I think I'll be alright. When it happens, I'm just like, oh, this is nice.
So every guy,
nice, and it's always intense as fuck when it does happen. It's like the most intense sex of my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So let's go back to the movie.
Yeah. Sorry.
Every guy in this movie is a piece of shit, except the dude's friend. But as a friend, he probably shouldn't have told his girlfriend. But I don't know how closely those two guys were.
Yeah, see, because when I watched it and I saw it, I was like, is he his friend because their girls are friends, or is he his friend and only his friend?
Because if they're like,
if it was you wouldn't be like, if I told you right now that I was cheating on Leslie, you wouldn't tell Leslie.
No,
because you'd be like, loyalty, not
but
your loyalty's me, not her.
The conversation they were having, I was like, they ain't best friends. They don't. The conversation ain't flowing right for them to be best friends.
Yeah, like first he would have wanted the details, then he would have been like, then he'd be like, yo, bro, like that's
fucked up.
It's kind of messed up.
Yeah,
but moving on from that to the scene where that crazy... I mean, she's not crazy. Well, I felt like she was kind of crazy.
Oh, like, is I guess the intern?
Maybe not crazy, but needy. His assistant.
The assistant.
And she's trying to fuck up his marriage. And she literally comes to his house to talk to him, to get him to leave his wife for her. Like, how's that going to make him want her? Like, he's just going to lose his wife and drop the other girl.
Yeah, she should have played it smarter.
Yeah, she's just annoying the shit out of me. But I love what happened to her. Even, like, I didn't want to root for the bad guy, but I'm like, she's... Like, I'm thinking of, like, I'm putting myself in the perspective of the other guys. The what was his name?
The main character?
Yeah, not the main... He wasn't the main character.
The bad guy?
Not the bad guy. I don't think he ever got his name. He was just the landlord. That's what they said. He smelled bad. They never really said his name. But the married couple.
Yeah.
What was that guy's name? I don't think they said their names. They did say their names, but I should have wrote them down. But
we know what you're talking about.
His life's about to be ruined by this girl, and the landlord shows up. He makes his wife go out to dinner with him.
Yeah.
Because she's coming to their house. So she comes to the house. The landlord saw that she was coming to the house because he was watching them on the video. The whole plot of this movie is just this creepy old fucker is watching them, installing all these cameras and just watching them so they can upload it to the dark web.
Yeah.
And he also jerks off. There's a scene where you see him putting his belt back on. And I'm like, that nigga just...
He does it in both movies.
Yeah. I was like, that's so gross. This guy reminds me of Sean. What? Okay, I was like...
He breathes like me, but don't mean he ain't me, I tell you that.
Also, can we just talk about how fucking buff he is for like the creepy
buff.
Old shit?
I looked him up in real life, and he's pretty buff dude.
Yeah, he was like shredded. But, so he shows up at the house, same time the girl does, pushes her down into his creepy owner's closet, quotations, that he's soundproofed, and he chains her up down there and leaves her down there for like weeks till the main characters find her. Then they all try to get out of the house, and then the hammer scene, which I loved. God, that dude's dropped. And then he shows signs of life, and you're like, oh, he's gonna get back up, he's gonna crack. That nigga did. Very, very sad ending. Very.
And he keeps the pregnant one alive.
Yep.
And keeps the kid.
Oh, that was so fucked up.
Mm-hmm. They called him Junior.
Yep.
I'm giving this movie a 5 out of 10.
I'm giving it a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
It was a dark movie, but like I feel like it was very well shot, very well it felt natural. Like their acting felt like an actual, except for the scene where the two guys are talking to each other about the shitty situation that he's got into.
Yeah.
Like I felt like that was legit. Like you could see him like worrying about his wife finding out about him cheating, and worrying about his lover ruining his relationship. And the actual like the pieces that brought it together before it became a horror movie, I felt like were actually really good quality material. I felt like for it to be a horror movie, it actually had good material and actually had good acting.
Yeah.
When most horror movies are just based on the one thing, and like the story around it can be absolute garbage, and the acting around it can be horse shit. It can be some Power Rangers level acting, and and like it gets by on the skin of its teeth because it does something original. But this one was also original and had good acting and good shots. Like the scenes where you're seeing what he's seeing
through the cameras.
I just thought I honestly I've talked myself up to giving it a 7 out of 10. Like I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. I really liked the first one a lot.
I was just kind of with it.
I don't know. I immersed myself in it. Got into a dark room. Watched it by myself.
I think you might have overhyped it for me. That could have been the problem.
I don't think I hyped it up that much. I just said it was a good movie.
Yeah,
I thought it was a good movie.
Like, okay.
I mean, in reality, it was a good movie. It wasn't the best movie. It was a good movie.
All right, let's jump on over. It's a 14 cameras, a sequel.
There was a sequel?
Yeah.
Did it have a robots?
No.
Did it have aliens?
No.
Did it have a cowboys?
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 No cowboys.
Oh.
I had that creepy guy back with
cameras. Oh, the fucking creepy dude.
Yeah.
And this one starts up in Mexico, right? No, that's how it ends.
Yeah, it ends in Mexico. I think it just starts out in the same hotel where the first one ended, because that girl...
Yeah, it ends in that hotel, and then...
Because the girl in the very beginning is the same girl who was at the end, who's like, hey, can you fix my water, I guess? And then he ends up getting them.
Turns out he owns several properties, which is the first thing I thought when I came in here. I was like, y'all ever wonder if somebody's like run... Because this is a rented property. It's like, y'all ever wonder if somebody just run like those little fiber optic cables through this house and they're literally just watching everything you do? Because it says at the beginning of the first movie, over 8,000 people every year, which is not a lot in comparison to how many people there actually are. Mm-hmm. But it seems like it could be a thing that happens very regularly.
I wouldn't care.
That we just don't know about.
I wouldn't care.
I don't think I would care either.
Because there's nothing I'm doing that I was like,
I feel like they would catch me like
jacking it, but
yeah, pretty much.
But I don't give a fuck.
Maybe doing some butt stuff when nobody's watching.
All right.
He's like, I don't know how to take this.
The first note I have on here is like, why does he breathe like me? Is this why VJ picked the movie?
It was actually one of the things that inspired me. It was like, Sean needs to know that there's other people out here. That
You're not alone.
There are other creepy fucking weirdos out there, buddy.
Oh, okay.
You would totally do this to somebody.
I know
You would buy a house. You would set it up with fiber optic cables. They would ask you to come fix shit, and you'd be like, I can't. BJ, go fix it. And I'd be like, all right, I'll go fix it. I'd be like, well, here's your problem. Somebody ran a bunch of fucking cables through every part of your house. They've been watching everything you've been doing. And you're just like, I played the fifth. Wasn't me.
This one, there's like a family and a friend. It took me a minute to figure out that they both weren't dude's daughters. One was just a friend. It took me a minute to figure that out.
Oh, yeah. Did not take me very long, actually.
But
as soon as the boy was trying to fuck her and flirting with her, I was like, that's not his sister.
I thought that they were like...
Oh, really close?
No, I thought that the...
Siamese, almost?
I thought the kid was the dude's, or the boy was the dude's, and then the other girl was hers. I thought they were like a step family.
Blended.
Yeah. So I thought it was like some what's it called?
Wait. You think they heard that?
Yeah, I heard it.
Purple.
Some Brady
like
Bunch. I thought it was some... Okay.
Continue.
I thought it was some Brady Bunch shit, and then I was like, oh wait, she's just a friend. I hope there's no 15 cameras.
So you didn't like it? You liked it that little, but you were just like, fuck this, I don't have to watch another movie like this or about this.
It was just like creepy for creepy's sake.
I don't feel like it was it, because I feel like it could have its own universe now. Like, now that you find out that he's uploading it all to the dark web, which is what I don't think you found that out until like the middle of the second video. Yeah. Once you find out that he's like making all this money off the dark web, like, you know, there's clearly probably a website. There's other people, you know. I feel like it could have its own creepy universe.
The best part of it for me was when he had that shit on the dark web and they figured out the address of the location.
Yeah, all the people in the comments.
Yeah, and then like one guy's like, okay, oh he knew that dude was coming because
Yeah.
he was trying to buy that girl.
And he had to kill.
He had to go kill him.
That was fucking cool. I don't know why you didn't like
I said
that.
that's my favorite part of the movie.
I was like, this is so dope. This is like some fucking creepy ass cool shit. He's like the creepy cool Avenger. And then he's still just a bad guy.
They thought he was coming to save him, and then he's
Yeah.
like, nope.
That was funny.
Taking you with me.
Yep, you're my new bitch.
And I was happy.
Creepy things to you.
I was happy that one girl got out.
Yeah, the one who had the kid.
But I'm like, dude, she was locked up for like 10 plus years.
I don't think it was that long.
The kid was somewhat old. He was like 8, 9.
I thought he was like 7.
No, he's older than that.
Yeah, you're probably right.
He had glasses.
I wasn't 100% sure if that was the same kid though.
But the kid was a baby in the first one.
Yeah, but see, that's why I was confused, because I was like, is that supposed to be the time lapse? Are we supposed to know that that's her kid?
Yeah. She even brought him up in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. That did happen.
It would have been pointless if it wasn't.
I don't know. He's been doing that shit for a long time. It wouldn't be completely pointless. I would assume.
Well, I think they would have made a point if it was someone else's kid.
Yeah, they probably would have.
He did call him Junior in the first one.
You're right, though.
5 out of 10. These are movies I would not watch again.
I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10, and this is actually my second time watching them.
So
fuck you, bitch.
I wouldn't watch it unless I was like there was a reason behind it.
I would watch it. I'd watch you watch it while I put my balls on your forehead.
Do I imagine I would have to agree to this.
You're like in Dexter's torture room, like kill room. You're like tied up by plastic, so you know you can get out. And you just gotta, do it before I put my balls on your forehead.
Have you ever seen?
I even give you like a little nail file. You can cut your way out.
Have you ever?
I'm just gonna put my balls in there real fast and run away. He's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me.
Have you ever seen a cat piss but doesn't do anything?
No.
Like a cat, just like ears go back and it's all pissed off.
Oh, pissed, and it doesn't do anything. Okay, yeah.
That's probably what I'd be like.
I thought you meant like a cat piss, like a cat go to take a pee, but it doesn't do anything.
No.
So the cat's sitting there trying to take a pee and nothing's coming out.
No.
Like, no, I don't normally watch cats go take a piss.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I have, not on purpose.
I just imagine that'd be just me just sitting there pissed off and they can't do anything about it. Yeah. Just like,
when I get out of this, I'm gonna kick your ass.
What do you give him a 6?
But you're gonna still smell my nuts. Yeah. Yeah, I'm giving it a 6 out of 10.
Okay, let's move on. You want to do Godzilla or Kong?
Let's do a Kangaroo.
Kong on Skull Island.
Kong on the motherfucking Skull Island.
I didn't think it was as good as the Peter Jackson one. I didn't think
it was as good as the Peter Jackson one either.
I like that they had cool celebrities in it. John Goodman, Sam Jackson, John C. Reilly. Even had Loki.
All that stuff to expand their universe. And I really did like Loki's character in the movie. I liked him up until... I think I liked him for the most of the movie.
Let me tell you why I didn't like him.
Why?
I didn't think it needed him. I think they needed a cute guy in the movie. And that was I didn't see the point of him.
I had no idea that it was part of the same universe or even in the same timeline until about 20 minutes in the movie.
Of Kong?
Yeah, Skull Island. I was like...
I didn't know it until...
Actually, it wasn't even 20 minutes in the movie. It was like the very first... Whenever they mention the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki and everything.
Yeah.
And they mention Godzilla. Well, they don't mention Godzilla, but, they allude to him, and I'm like, oh, this is the same universe.
Oh, I saw Godzilla first, so... That's how I knew. But...
Oh, you watched the... Yeah, that's what I meant to say. I didn't know that they were connected until about 20 minutes into the Godzilla movie.
Yeah. I didn't either. Well, I saw Godzilla first.
I was about 20 minutes in Godzilla, and I saw that scene where they talk about the Kong.
Yeah.
Fuck no. Hold up. There's a movie in between the two movies, and then I went back and watched Kong Skull and then finished Godzilla.
I didn't think Loki's character had point. I thought they needed a cute face for women. Because he didn't really have any character development. He was just like a good-looking guy who does all the badass stuff. Because John C. Reilly had the best story.
Yeah, see, I made jokes because, like, I was talking about, like, how it was it was set at the end of Vietnam.
Yeah.
And I was like, the island kind of looks like George Washington.
Does it?
Yeah, when it shows the island at first, I was like, why does it look like George Washington? And then, like, on the quarter. And then I was just, like, making jokes, and most of my notes were like, why the fuck is half of Marvel in this movie?
Oh.
Like, the
Loki.
dude, the chick, was Miss Marvel, right? Or Captain Marvel?
Is she?
I think so. Then Sam Jackson,
John C. Reilly's in Guardians.
Yeah, John C. Reilly's in Guardians. I feel like there was one other person, like a younger actor.
Maybe.
I can't put a face. He is one of them soldiers, I think, that got killed.
I know the black dude with Goodman. He was in Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And he was in Straight Outta Compton and 24. That didn't last. I think it got canceled. But I don't know. I just didn't think Loki's character had a point besides being a good-looking guy. I think they should have focused more on John C. Reilly. Sam Jackson and Goodman had good story, except I think John Goodman died out of nowhere for no reason.
Yeah.
He's like, oh shit, and just gets ate. And I was like, what was the point of that?
Yeah, I think you're right. That was a waste of John Goodman. I think I thought that scene where Nick Fury keeps everybody calm on the helicopter, talking about Icarus, was pretty deep. I was like, this is pretty deep.
I liked his story, how he just gets so pissed at Kong.
Yeah.
And he's like,
they have that epic stare down.
Yeah.
Where he's like, you nothing but a monkey. And he's like, nigga, you nothing but a monkey. I'll eat your ass. I'll step on you. You ain't shit. Throws that fucking palm tree right through the planes. I was like, oh, y'all pissed him off.
Yeah.
Shit.
I liked it, even though this is probably one of my least favorite Godzilla movies.
Okay, let me just point out, though.
Yeah.
How, like, in what reality did that many people survive that many helicopter crashes?
Suicide Squad.
This is so bullshit, though, right?
Suicide Squad, they all just walked out fine.
This is some bullshit, though.
Yeah.
I was like, how did they all survive? Even though, like, there's so many of them still alive, and all those planes crash landed, and they blew up, and, like, they're still alive. I'm like, okay, movie logic. And then, fuck that giant spider scene. And that fucking dude looks up, and the thing just goes through him.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god.
And
then it walks away. And you look up and it's a giant spider and they're shooting at it. And I'm like, fuck no, let it leave. Don't draw your attention to it. God dang, that was terrible.
They killed it. So.
Yeah, they did. I'm glad they killed it. Wish they could have killed them all. Nuked that fucking island. Probably would have just made them stronger.
Yeah.
Why did that squid think that it could kill King Kong?
I don't know. When
it came up with the water, tried to drag him under.
Mm-hmm. He's like, no.
I was like, you dumb bitch. you don't know who you fucking with. I was like, and then he bites the thing off and just sucks it down his throat. And I was like, fucking, what's that called? Canned squid, when you eat the squid out of the, like, calamari. I was like, he had him some calamari today.
Yeah.
And he loved it too. I was like, damn, he enjoys that grossness. Because we've had calamari on the show before, and it was awful.
It was. I thought it was good until like a couple bites in. I was like, "Oh man, the more you eat, the worse it gets."
I was thinking of that dude that was in the water with the squid.
Yeah.
When it attacked Kong instead of him, I was like, "Oh shit! If I was that dude and I saw that squid attacking Kong, I'd be out of that fucking water in a heartbeat." Oh god! Oh god! Oh god!
Here's how I would have made it better. I would have got rid of Loki's character. You didn't need him.
You didn't. They literally just put him on there for star power.
And I think just have...
Sorry, Huddleston.
I wouldn't have casted John C. Reilly. I would have casted... You could have put Loki's actor in John C. Reilly's place. Not have him age. Because a lot of people on the island didn't age. So it would have been cooler if he just didn't age.
I said the right name, right?
What?
Tom Huddleston?
Hiddleston or Huddleston?
Huddleston, something like that.
Just have him not age. And then have him play that character. And then he gets older at the end of the movie and he goes home to his family.
When they introduce John C. Reilly and they make him, he tells them the name of the monsters, skull crawlers.
Yeah.
It's like, I just call them skull crawlers. I was like, that is actually a pretty cool name. And then, Like, how are they gonna shit talk a man's boat after after he tells them all about his friend Gunpei dying and everything? He's like talking this boat up. They're gonna shit talk. It's the only way off the island, and he's like, you know, they're gonna shit talk his boat. I'm like, y'all some assholes. Like, leave them behind. Fuck them. That's your boat. Fuck those guys.
One thing, there's a random character that died in the movie, and I was like, well, this is dumb. Like, they finally get hope, and then randomly 2 bats just pick this dude up and take off. The thing was a scientist. I'm like, what's the point of that? They're
like,
just killing somebody to kill somebody.
Just they wanted you to think it was gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Bye. I loved John C. Reilly's character. I do think he should have been more important. Like, they probably didn't even need all the extra star power. They could have just went with Jackson, John C. Reilly, and the girl character, because she's kind of like part of the plot for King Kong.
Goodman would have been good, but except his death made him pointless.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't even have him. They could have saved the money and not even had.
They could have had the black dude and just have him play both roles. Like, he could have been like smush both characters together.
So why was the gas just labeled toxic gas?
Oh,
Was it the only label it had on it? Like, tear gas? What kind of gas is it? Just toxic. And I was thinking of that scene where they used the lighter. I was like, what if it just didn't work?
Oh.
They throw it and it goes out. Like,
I see that every time I see a movie and they do that. I'm like, I can't do that in real
like,
life.
I know if the moment that lighter leaves my hand, it's gonna be like, hey, fuck you, buddy. Throw me again. See what happens, bitch.
I would literally have to light it.
Yeah, I would just like get down there. I don't like fuck my hand. We're all gonna die.
Yeah. I'm like, I'll fuck anyways. Like, why don't you just do that cool thing in the movie? It's like, it don't work like that. I don't believe, unless they're all like avid smokers and really good at lighting lighters. I'm not. I'm giving this 7 out of 10.
I loved that metal blade whip chain that Kong made.
Oh yeah.
It was cutting things up with.
That was cool.
It was badass as fuck. And then it was all strapped to his arm. He's punching that thing with it.
Yeah.
And then
he's a good fighter in like every movie.
He is.
So like, Godzilla's just like murder.
I'm gonna call BS though. That scene where Kong reaches down in the water and grabs the girl first try.
Yeah.
You know, every time you're trying to get some shit out some water and you scoop your hand up underneath it, what's the first thing it does? It floats off the side of your fucking hand. I'm like, that's bullshit. He should have had to like try harder. Like, no, stop falling out from between my fingers, damn it.
Oh fuck! What'd you think of the Sam Jackson Kong showdown at the end?
I'm gonna give this movie 8 out of 10, and I just want to point out that scene where he pulls the fucking organs out through the thing's mouth like a fucking boss. That thing wraps its tongue around his arm. It's like, I'm gonna eat your arm, bitch. And he lets it get halfway down there and like, you ain't gonna eat your shit, motherfucker. Rips his fucking heart out through his fucking throat. I'm like, that's bad ass. You dumb bitch. You should not have let him do that. I like how the movie ended on a happy note. Got me in my feels.
Yeah, the ending was probably one of my favorite parts of the movie.
It's like Warner Brothers is trying to set up their own monster universe instead of the Marvel universe, which is actually something I found out when I was watching YouTube videos later on. They have all the rights to like the Mummy.
Does Universal not own that, or is it?
Oh wait, no. Sorry, yeah. Warner Brothers has the rights to all the monster movies. Universal has all the rights to the smaller, like Dracula, those characters, and they were trying to set up their universe too.
Yeah,
I think Warner Brothers is doing a lot better though.
The Mummy, the Tom Cruise one, I think that was their first attempt at it,
and they fucked it up. They bombed it real bad. How does Warner do so good with these movies and just so bad with the DC movies? That was meant to be on Will Topics.
I like the DC movies though.
Not all of them.
Have you seen Aquaman?
Not yet.
Really good.
I was actually turned off after Squad and Justice League, and
have
I
you
haven't
seen
really been
Wonder Woman 1?
Yeah, I liked Wonder Woman 1, but I didn't like it that much.
Shazam was good. I think Justice League's my least favorite. I really like Suicide Squad. Batman vs Superman's okay. I thought Man of Steel was great. Wonder Woman 84 looks amazing. Have you seen the trailer?
Let's go on into the next,
Godzilla.
the next Godzilla movie, because I don't want my phone to die, so I'm trying to get through all my notes super fast.
Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Now, it takes place 5 years after Godzilla 2014.
Okay.
And I thought it was an awesome idea combining all the monster stories into one big story. And when I saw Mothra, I was like, oh my god, it's Mothra! I was like,
I was like, oh look, there's that moth thing.
There's that moth bitch over there.
Yeah.
That's probably what Godzilla's. I recognized a bunch of people from different shows. Tywin Lannister from Game of Thrones.
11 from Stranger Things.
Yeah. 11. I just put little girl from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
The ambulance woman from 911. She drives the ambulance. You probably haven't watched that show.
No.
She plays...
it's a black woman?
Yeah, the black woman. She plays a character named Henrietta.
Okay.
They mentioned the underground tunnels again. Talked about... that they talked about in Kong Skull Island.
Yeah.
Which is something I meant to talk about during Kong Skull Island, was how they were traveling... they were getting... They were using the Jason Voorhees effect to get across the world super fast. Underground tunnels and underground currents that helped them move from one side of the earth to the other so much faster. Which makes sense now, because like if they can go into the earth and go through a straight line and come out, on the other side, it's going to be a lot faster than them just literally like how they shit talk Jaws for the Jaws 2 or 3 or whichever one it is. Yeah. They talk about how the monster, the shark wants revenge, and somehow in 2 days travels the distance that it would have taken like 2 weeks to travel. And I was like, well, this actually makes a lot more sense, because they can move faster, they're bigger, better creatures. Let's do this.
Godzilla.
It's a Godzilla!
So I couldn't stand the main character's wife.
I thought that was probably the dumbest thing of the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
Was that she turned out to be a sleeper agent for that stupid end of the world
I
cult.
Thought, was she a sleeper agent, or was she just like, you know what, they're right, and decided to join them after they...
I'm pretty sure she was like she that was the plan all along, because they revealed that later on. She's like, tell your daughter, tell her. Yeah, that was the plan all along. Your mom's just a terrible woman, basically. And
they killed a lot of her coworkers.
Yeah. That was just fucked up, man.
Yeah.
But Tywin Lannister, true to form. You can't. He's probably gonna end up being one of them bastards of cinema, because it's hard to see him playing a good guy in any situation.
Yeah. How come they always gotta sacrifice someone in each one of these movies?
I feel like that is a trope for Godzilla, though. The sacrifices.
Yeah.
They gotta make sacrifices.
Because that guy, what's that dude's name? The Asian dude? He was in the first one.
Yeah. How he died at the end?
Yeah. It was more like the middle-ish, but
yo.
Yeah.
Godzilla knows how to make a fucking entrance.
Oh.
But why did they want to wake that thing up in the first place? The Mothra and the Ghidorah and all those. Why did they want to wake them all up? Like, what was the point? I mean, I know their plan was to destroy the Earth and let it restart.
Yeah.
And I was just like, if it's gonna happen inevitably anyways, why not just let it play its course?
Yeah.
Why just push the kill switch on everybody's life?
Well, she said not everybody's gonna die, just most people. And I'm like, well, are you one of those people or not? I don't know. I'm not a big Godzilla fan, so it's hard for me to get into it. But
that's actually one of my notes. Is like, why is it in all these types of movies, the overall theme is that we need to treat the Earth better, yet the only two options people come up with are human eradication or monster eradication. or the monster eradication. Exactly. I must have been high when I wrote that. But like the only two options are always like either destroy all the humans and let everything restart, or let it slowly kill out, let it slowly die out. It's like the only two options. Then we can't just recycle or actually like put forth any kind of effort to save the earth.
We should make a movie, a Godzilla movie. At the end of the movie, like a guy like is in the street, he throws a piece of paper at a trash can, misses, and then you hear Godzilla's behind him with his arms crossed. He goes, "Oh, sorry." He picks it up. And Godzilla like nods, like, "Yep, that's how you do it."
And that part where Ghidorah grows another head.
Yeah.
I was like, I actually know he could do that.
I want to give.
And I liked his name, what it meant, the one who is many. Yeah. I was like, that's fucking cool.
I thought it was better than the first one. I thought it was a lot less boring. But still can't get it.
How did the little girl escape a military base? Essentially, it's a military base. There's all kinds of personnel running around. They're all highly trained. And a little girl escapes with the most precious piece of technology that they need in the first place. How the fuck does that happen?
They're garbage military. Every like army in the movie ever, they're like the clumsy like goof fucks, like stormtroopers and Cobra's men. They're just not trained well.
I was so sad when Mothra died, and I was also watching this little girl run with the machine. I'm like, why didn't she just cut it off? As she's being shocked and hyper-beamed by all kinds of enemies.
Yeah.
I'm like, just cut it off. They won't give a fuck about you if you just cut the machine off. And then,
you think Mothra will come back?
I made a joke in my notes. It's like, definitely won't be a custody battle after this.
So I get full custody now?
And then they try to give the mom a redemption story.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
no.
I'm like, fuck this. I don't give a fuck about this redemption story. Fuck this bitch. She can die.
Yeah.
Fuck it. It's so goddamn stupid. I hate this woman. She done fucked everything up. And now she's trying, oh, please. But then I was like, fuck it. I'm kind of into it when she muttered that, long live the king. I was like, oh, fuck you guys. You had to go and make her cool again. Oh, shit. And then Godzilla kills his ass with a curb stomp.
You think?
I was like, that's a motherfucker. Like, Seth Rollins, take notes, because that's a motherfucking curb stomp. Oh, God.
You think Mothra will come back?
I got the next two Wheel of Topics. I told you they were scattered in my notes. Write the next Godzilla movie. Oh.
Which did that.
That's the same two. Goddamn, I know I have more notes somewhere
That's
on
fine,
this.
That's fine. We got another movie review anyways.
Also, in my notes, I wrote down in my notes on different sections, like every single time that that Godzilla has made a cameo in the stuff that we've been watching.
Yeah.
Since we watched that Godzilla movie. So, he's got a cameo. So far, Kong Skull Island. He has a cameo in... he's got his own movie. He's got the cameo in Futurama. And I think there's another cameo that I'll have to go through my notes and actually find. But I was surprised.
The Godzilla anime 3-parter.
No, I meant like just in this wave that we were doing.
Yeah.
The Simpsons. I think it might have been The Simpsons.
Probably.
Maybe. There's something else in this chain of things that we watched.
Yeah.
That he had cameos in, and I was like, oh shit.
I almost got you a Godzilla t-shirt.
I love Godzilla.
But it's on this website.
Have to be a 6X.
It's on a website.
Are we doing us now?
Yeah. It's on this website, and like they had a bunch of pictures of different characters eating noodle, like ramen, and one of them was Godzilla and looked really cool, so I was clicking, I was going to get it, and then like they had everything but that one Godzilla one.
In my size?
Well, they didn't even have it at all. It's like, it was on the ad.
Why is it? Yeah.
So it pissed me off. I'm like, okay.
Alright, let's talk about us.
Okay. Here's the one movie I really like.
Main event. Oh, by the way, I give Godzilla an 8 out of 10.
7
King
out
of the
of 10.
Monsters.
7 out of 10.
Gave it a 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed the monster fights in this one a lot more than the first one.
So much better.
Oh, the monster fights were so good. They reintroduced the creepy creatures from the first movie, and they were clearly not as badass as they were before, or Godzilla has had more time to regenerate and strengthen himself, because he was fucking everybody up. Godzilla's like, I don't give a fuck, look how big my dick is, I'm gonna fuck everybody in this bitch, even the 3-headed bitch over there. About to be a 2-headed bitch, about to be a 1-headed bitch. He's fucking everybody up.
All right, let's talk about us. I watched this movie 3 times.
I watched it 3 times, and I also saw it in theaters. So 4 times.
Okay.
Booyah. Biatch. I just wanted to one up you. You should have went to go see it in theaters with me like I told you to. Because it was good. You didn't believe me. And it was fucking great.
It was. Did you like it better than Get Out?
That's really hard.
Yeah.
Because I'm giving it a 10 as well as I gave Get Out.
Yeah.
But I would have to watch them both together and decide. I think I might like it a little bit more than Get Out, but I have seen it more recently than Get Out. Get Out, I watched
Get Out twice recently.
6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So
I've probably seen Get Out.
But like those 2 movies, their staying power and their rewatchability is just
great.
What make it better? Like each time you watch it, you can learn or divulge or theorize different things about the movie.
Yeah.
And for both of them, and that's what makes them so good for me, I think. And for like us, the first time I saw it, I was like, damn, that was pretty good. That was a fucking great movie. I won't know till the second time I watch it. Second time I watch it, completely different movie, knowing what I knew after the way it ended. I was like, fucking shit, this changes everything. And then the third time I watched it, I'm tripping balls because I'm like, seeing everything from both sides of the story. It just makes it better.
I called the ending from the very beginning.
I did too.
Like,
I also,
the second you saw her,
because before we went to go see, before the movie even came out, it was announced that it had a twist ending, and so that kind of ruined it for me. Because I was like, well, fuck, I already know what it is. Like, how else? What else would it have been? Really, we're all just dead. We're all already dead. Soylent Green is people.
I kind of like, I didn't know it was going to be a twist thing, but I kind of like assumed. So I'm like, okay, and I watched it. I'm like, oh, I bet that's a little girl from the other clone girl, wherever the fuck. I didn't know what she was. The clone thing, I didn't know. I just knew that evil one was the one I'm seeing right now. And there's times where I'm like, well, maybe I was wrong. But at the end of the movie, I was like, nope, I was right.
That bit of reading at the beginning of the movie is perfect because it allows me to like suspend my disbelief and imagine that this really could happen.
Yeah.
A little bit about the tunnels and everything underneath the earth. Underneath the United States, I mean, and so many of them they don't even fucking know what they're there for. And then the very beginning of the movie, this little girl is watching a commercial for Hands Across America, and I feel like that's pretty much as far as like her knowledge went on the world at that point.
Yeah,
which was what, like, when she comes back to the surface, her plan, her message that she wanted to send was that message. The Hands Across America, because it's all she really knew.
I didn't really think about it until the second time I saw it, the Hands Across America thing. The first time I was just like, oh, okay, that's weird. That's 80s. And I never thought about it again.
Yeah, you thought it was just like a timepiece to let you know what era is taking place.
And then I watched it the second time. I was like,
oh shit, it makes sense now. Yeah. And then I wrote a joke. I was like, why that bitch dropped that candied apple? I was so pissed. I was like, what the fuck?
Did she even bite it?
I think she ate some of it, a little bit of it. But I was pissed. It's like, my apple. But I was like, this would be an awesome escape room idea. It's like when she goes through the wall of mirrors.
Yeah.
And she runs down to the end of it, and you see that other girl running up next to her, and she slams into the mirror, and it turns out, it's just a mirror. But that would be an awesome escape room. And then, it's like this movie, it's so well paced, and the soundtrack just adds to every scene that's going on. You know what I mean? Like,
I think out of all the movies, the dialogue felt the most natural.
Oh yes, it felt perfect.
Like
shit that you would actually the scenes, the things that they're saying.
Yeah.
Like the dude acting like a dad.
Yeah.
And everything. Like he's like making all these dad jokes. I'm like, this is Exactly what I feel like would happen if me and Sean were stuck in a horror movie.
Mm-hmm. I loved the family, the main family. Like, I love this family. I really got into them. Loved the characters.
Yeah.
I didn't know enough about the White family. His best friend that he was kind of jealous of the whole time.
Like, felt like they were in competition with him.
Yeah.
I didn't know much about them either.
I was like,
I was led to assume things by the conversations, like the car that they get into, the nice Range Rover looking car that they get into, and then you hear earlier after he got the boat and he's talking to his wife, he's like, or they get back from the beach, he's like, he got that thing just to mess with me, just to mess with my head. I was like, so I'm trying to put together, like, because they're sitting at the beach and the two women are trying to talk and the woman's not wanting to say anything to her, and I'm thinking to myself, is their relationship fairly new?
I imagine the men are closer.
Are they like acquaintances?
I figured they were just like their friends because their boyfriend or their husbands are friends.
And then I'm like, but like, how did the husbands know each other? Because they had to go. They're on vacation. They had to go to Santa Cruz in order to meet up with them. So I'm like, do they live in two different parts of the countries? Maybe want to know more backstory.
Maybe they're both from there and then they moved away.
Yeah, but even though I wanted to know more, I didn't need to know more. That's like why it went so perfectly.
Yeah.
Like once it all makes sense. Like at first I thought this girl has fucking PTSD. That's why she can't speak. You know, about the situation, the stuff that happened to her. The very first time that I saw the movie.
Honestly, when like the whole part where she was like freaking out, where couldn't understand how to talk to that white girl, I was like, I wouldn't know what to say either. I'm awkward. So I was like, she's just awkward like me, because I'm like that. So people have a conversation with me. I'm like, I don't know how to respond to you.
What scene are we talking about?
We're at the beach and then the girls are talking, the wives.
No, I wasn't talking about. I was talking about.
Or talking about where she's scared to go to the beach.
No, when she was a little kid.
Yeah.
When she's a little kid and they take her to therapy and like, she was gone for 7 minutes, why can't she talk? Or 11 minutes, why can't she talk? This, that, and the third. And I was like, so this little girl's got PTSD from seeing her clone, is how I'm looking at it. Because I'm like, you know, this is my first time watching it through. But once it got towards the end, that's when I was like, you know, okay, so she is the clone.
Yeah.
And then when I watched it through the second time, knowing that she is the clone, I was like, okay, so this bitch can't speak because she's never spoke a lick in her life. She's used to clicks and grrks.
How come she couldn't teach her kids how to speak?
She
had 2 kids. Why can't she teach them to speak?
I don't think the original girl who's underground, I think like she didn't speak much because they didn't understand her. They didn't know her language.
So she didn't see the point in talking anyways.
Yeah, and then that's why she had to express herself through dance. And that's when they realized she was special. And the chosen one.
How does she orchestrate this whole thing if she can't communicate?
That's why I'm. Well, she could communicate. Eventually, she learned their language and was doing all the growls and growls and shit. But, like the emotionless face on the girl when it shows her thinking back to her memories where she's dancing in the basement and she just looks miserable.
Yeah.
And you're like, if this is her passion, you know, if this is something she really loves, why does she look so miserable doing it? Like, she's not being forced to do it by her family. And her husband even makes reference to it, like, why don't you go back to dancing? You made so much money dancing. You know, you were a famous dancer, this, that, and the third. And she fucking hates it.
Yeah.
Because she's forced to do it by the real girl underground. The real non-clone that she's tethered to is dancing, and she has to dance. And she's using, the girl underground is using it to communicate. But the girl above ground is making all this money and her whole life off of it without even wanting to do it because she fucking hates it.
I don't understand. That's the biggest flaw for the movie with me is, why are they, I guess they don't have a soul, so they're kind of like mimicking what the others are doing. But how?
Well, that's what they said. They found a way to copy the body, but they did not. They were unable
to copy the soul.
soul.
Yeah.
the government basically wanted to use the tethered to control the people above ground, to influence them, but they were unable to. They had no control over them. They had no, they weren't able to use the tether to control the people above ground and influence them, because the people above ground had this stronger connection to the soul. They controlled the ones underground. So that's why it shows them scenes of them people just freaking out, going down the escalator and all that shit. It's like literally just them reacting to everything that the real people are going through.
Well, how would they break free then?
They didn't. That was the point of her being the quote unquote chosen one.
Yeah.
When they all realized she was special, in that scene where they all lay their hands on her.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like signifies them being set free. I don't know exactly how it goes from there, like them being able to move about freely, come up to the earth and kill each other.
Mm-hmm.
It gets a little, finicky in there, but this is all my interpretation. I'm not 100% right. I mean, he's released videos and done talks and like explains everything to everyone, but this was just my interpretation from the times that I've watched it.
Who kept supplying them with rabbits?
They're rabbits. They didn't have to resupply them. You ever heard the expression "fucking like rabbits"?
I guess.
The gestation period of a rabbit is nowhere near the gestation period of human. We have like 9 months. I think they have like 9 weeks, or it's a really short time period.
Okay.
So a rabbit gets pregnant, has a litter of rabbits.
Well, here's the thing.
And then in a few weeks, those rabbits can have babies.
Here's the
so
thing.
them rabbits is fucking, and they literally had an endless supply of food right there.
Here's the thing. There was a lot of them.
There was
They
a lot
stretched.
But at one point, it was a government compound. Mm-hmm. So even though it's like, the scene where it just shows the rabbits running around people's feet?
Yeah.
Like, that's how many fucking rabbits there are. They don't even have them all in cages anymore. They're just running around people's feet.
I thought they let them out.
No, because
they didn't need to be down there.
I think they were eating them. They still had they stayed underground until they rose up.
Yeah.
So who knows? They might have just let them out.
If they broke free, why did she have to be with the Abraham guy?
I don't know if she had to be with him.
She broke free when she was a kid, did she not?
What do you mean?
When she discovered dancing, I thought they broke free.
But see, I don't know. Like I said, that was my interpretation. I'm not sure if it's, 100%. Like,
I think this is why I get out a smidge better, because
There's
so
a little bit more sound logic.
Yeah.
I don't know if they broke free then. All I know is, maybe it's a little finicky in there. But I see the scene in my head where, she meets her husband and then she meets Abraham, and she doesn't want to have sex with Abraham.
Yeah. She don't love him.
Because she's supposed to be the one controlling the other girl.
Yeah.
So the other girl and the dude meet and they fall in love and they're making love, but she's basically being raped by Abraham. She has no choice.
I don't know.
That's where it gets questioning, because I feel like that's the message that was trying to send, but at the same time, when exactly did they break free, and were they able to come up to that earth and kill everybody? So that's where it does get confusing.
After a while, they just stopped killing people, and they're just like, let's hold hands.
I think they already had killed all their counterparts. You didn't see anybody running around the streets.
Yeah, there's a lot of dead people, but
I know it's the first one that I saw get killed when they took Jeremiah 11:11.
Yeah, he was the first one to die.
Yeah, he was the first one. And then you see him on the beach.
Mm-hmm. Why did he go first?
I think it was supposed to be calling back to her childhood when she first.
Yeah.
Because he was the first one that they got killed, and the timing was excellent for her to be driving by and see him and know it's him. She knows something's going on.
Yeah.
And I think that's why he had to die first. Because she knew, and her clone, her real person knew that the significance of this person.
There's a lot of fan theories out there. And one of them is the boy is really... They switched the boys around. I was like, that don't make any sense. That don't make any sense. That he's a tether too. I was like, that wouldn't make any sense though. They said that he got kidnapped the year before because he forgot how the trick worked. I think he just forgot the trick. He left it there. He just probably forgot it. It's been almost like a whole year.
It wouldn't make any sense for the final scene where he's freaking out because his mom's one of the tethered, and like it would just ruin the look that he gives her, you know?
Yeah. I thought that was a stupid theory.
It is a dumb theory.
I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Because some of those things that I can't wrap my hand around, like when did they break free, and how much control does, that one girl have over the other? I think that those questions brought it down. But I think besides that, the whole rest of the movie was great. I liked his best friend until they all got just slaughtered. I felt like they were going easier on the black family.
I feel like they wanted to punish them. That was the whole point. But it's like my final note is it's so much different the second time you watch it, knowing that the girl was driven insane to murder all the people on the surface, and not born special and chosen and woke or whatever, and helping the clones reach the Earth to freedom. But in reality, she's a regular person who had been stuffed down in the depths and driven insane by the rape and the being forced to have the children cutting the children out of herself so she wouldn't die. Well, imagine that, because the doctors are just sitting there watching her and not actually helping her, because they're not actually doctors. They're just staring at her while she's cutting a baby out of her stomach. Gotta be fucking torture. Yeah. No medicine, no anesthetic, morphine, and that. So it does change it, knowing that she was just a woman who was driven insane by the circumstances, and it does make you more sympathetic for her when she dies.
Yeah.
But I still root for the tethered version of her.
Yeah.
Because
I root for the family, but I do. Part of me kind of wish she didn't die. I think the boy figured it out, or she told the boy what happened, because the look he gave her at the very end. He
was in the locker when she killed the regular version of her, the non-clone, and she let out that growl that they all do, and then she went, doing the shit that they do. And he's in that locker freaking out, and she goes over there and gets him out of the locker, and she's like, "No, baby, it's me. It's me." Because he's like, "Bitch, I know it's you, but you're one of them." Immediately. That's why he's so abrasive towards her.
Yeah, at the end, he just put her mask on. Yeah. I kind of wish there was a continuation to this one.
Yeah, I would like to see a part 2. It would be hard to do. Next we gotta do Mother, though, or Mama, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, he's actually done a sequel to Candyman.
Oh.
They're kind of Halloween in it, where it's they make the first one's canon, but everything else after Candyman 1 is not canon. And then
the only movie I remember after Candyman 1 was Candyman 2, The Reckoning. Just kidding, I don't remember what it's called, but I remember the second Candyman movie. I don't remember them being more than 2, though.
There's 3.
Oh, shit. I guess the second one was just bad enough for me to be like, nope.
I've only seen the first one.
Of course, when I go back and rewatch the first one, I'm like, oh.
It's not that great.
It's really not that great at all.
It's slow.
Oh, it's so fucking slow, and all the effects are so
dated.
Yes.
There's some cool imagery in it.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a decent movie, but it did not age well at all. And the fact that it's paced so poorly, it was kind of hard to get through. I was like, this is a horror movie because it's taking too long.
So,
to even entice me.
You're giving us a 10?
Yeah, I feel like I should give it a 9, but I'm sticking with 10. Okay. Just because, for me, it's almost a little bit more rewatchable than Get Out. For me, Get Out is, I can rewatch it, and I can think all these things, and it's open and shut for me. But Us, the fact that you're left with all those questions, even more questions, and then each time you watch it, you feel like you get more questions. I feel like it makes it better for me because it makes it easier to rewatch it. And I have seen it. I've seen it the same amount of times as I've seen Get Out.
Yeah.
But I'm probably definitely going to watch it again sometime soon.
There's also another theory that the order that the family in Get Out was in could be responsible for the cloning.
The cloning.
Because there's supposed to be some kind of like order. And like
the Capricornicus or something. No, I'm just kidding. It was like the Cult of Cthulhu. No,
I don't know. I don't
remember what they were called.
They hinted at it in Get Out, and
you don't remember them saying. Remember in Get Out, the white people who were switching bodies with them.
Yeah.
What was their group called?
I don't remember the name. I know they I thought they just like were part. I know when the dad was the granddad who invented the thing, and he was doing the video. He was talking about we're part of some order. That's the only part I remember. And then I saw fan theories on it. And then like the helmet in the son's car, the night helmet he had.
Yeah.
I was like, huh. And then they're all like rich people, and that came down, and I don't know. But they didn't really hint much at it besides it was a government facility. You know, that part was stated, but nothing else. So a lot of people think that the people that order and Get Out,
the Coagula,
yeah,
Coagula, a secretive cult group.
Okay.
I couldn't think of what it was called, and I had to know, so I had to look it up. But yeah, Coagula.
They did have an Asian guy in the group.
Yeah, I mean, he was probably a white guy who switched to be Asian.
Why would he be an old Asian guy?
I mean, maybe he needs to switch again. Maybe he chose to be Asian at a point when he thought it was okay to be.
Let's talk about Get Out, because I found him.
So maybe that's why the government made the clones, was so that they could just start putting people into the clones.
Could be.
And then they abandoned it.
I think it was like an early prototype of the.
Yeah.
But how come the granddad who invented this whole thing, like, why were they workers? Wouldn't they just be like regular family members? Why would they have to be?
I feel like it was just for the sake of getting more people in there. They'd make them think that they were workers, but in reality, they're, you know, who they are: grandma and granddad. They all put together this ruse to draw in more people so that they can
maybe
auction them off.
Maybe.
I mean, that was the whole reason. Like, why else would they be pretending to be workers?
They weren't natural, though. Like, almost like...
Well, they didn't have full control. So the people are in the sunken place, right?
Yeah.
And that's why the bodies were so awkward, because their natural reaction to the shit that's going on around them. Like, when the girl just starts crying,
yeah,
that's the girl inside her crying, and the like fighting for control and trying to warn this dude, but the grandmother is like trying to control her, and so the tears are just coming down her face, because it's like, I don't know, it's almost like depression, like being sunken inside yourself and not being able to.
The only one
that
seemed natural was the Andre guy.
Till the camera flashed in his face.
Yeah, but like he seemed like that.
But even then, he didn't seem natural. He seemed weird for a black guy. He was acting all weird for a black guy.
I mean, like natural, as in if it was a white person.
Yeah.
And they were like in disguise.
So it seemed like he had more control.
Yeah, like then I think the grandpa and grandma were the first one of the first ones to have it done, maybe.
Yeah, and they took time to perfect it, probably.
Maybe. I could just be reading into that wrong. But that's it for...
It would explain the awkwardness of the character.
For the movie reviews.
And it's on to the finale. The one that gets your dick hard and then blows it up with grenades.
Well, actually, I do video of the week.
Oh, yeah. My part.
Now, VJ got to pick this week.
Yep.
What'd you pick?
Lying to Your Wife on Her Deathbed.
By Key and Peele.
By Key and motherfucking Peele, nigga.
So, what a
this woman is pretty much dying. And she starts asking her husband, like, all these questions, like, promise that you'll always love me. Promise that you'll always take care of our daughter. Promise that, you know, you'll never have sex with anyone else ever again. And he's just like, yeah. She's like, I need to hear you say I promise.
Yeah, it's pretty much hijinks like that. Funny video. If you want to check it out, go to our Facebook page, Two Guys in the Dark. And we have all the videos of the week, plus all of our episodes are up there. And don't go to YouTube, go straight to us at Facebook.
Yeah, you can find us on Facebook at Two Guys in the Dark. You can find us on Twitter, Two Guys in the Dark. You can also find me, V Eats a Lot. My bad. My Instagram, Butt Chugging Bananas. You can find Captain Cool on Instagram at dicksucking.com.
No,
what was yours again?
I'm on Instagram at dicksucking.com. It's
be a funny one though.
It's Captain Cool 69.
Captain Cool 69. Sorry. Butt Pirate 69, something like that. We also have a SoundCloud and a Spotify.
No, SoundCloud's not there anymore.
We don't have a Spotify either, so I guess you know what? You can just find us on YouTube. That's pretty much it. YouTube. And we are about to do Two Guys in a Group.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pick my song. Let's see, where did I write that sumbitch out?
Oh, you don't know?
I got it written
Guess
on the
who
page.
knows theirs by heart today?
Okay, I picked mine this morning. Mine is "I Like" by Colleen Green.
Aww.
I
never heard that song before.
I want to do more female songs this year, and this is one I like. It's off of a Dr. Demento album. Dr. Demento is this guy, a radio DJ, discovered Weird Al, and he has a bunch of weird songs. This came out.
I don't know who Dr. Demento is.
Came out a year or two ago. It's all about punk.
No, I'm just kidding. Sorry.
It's all about this. The album's about punk, but there's a lot more stuff than punk on there. I know this isn't one of the punk ones.
Punks. Little titty punks.
And then her song is one of my favorites on the album.
Okay. Pretty good.
It's about her liking things that are like horrible.
I like things
she's like
that are horrible.
She's like, I like smelling skunks, stepping on glass.
Dicks in my ass?
No.
What a rock.
Just like really horrible things, and then she goes, and I like you. And that's the song. I think
this is why you like this song,
yes.
because it makes you feel loved, even though you're a piece of garbage.
You're
garbage. You're human garbage.
I like to think I'm in the middle.
I like to imagine people listen to our podcast, and they're like, I'm going to date him someday, just so I can break up with him and make the ghosted files.
Well, it's not hard to get on there.
So, my pick this week is just a really good song. It's like, man, I've been vibing with it here lately. It's probably my favorite song right now, and it's it's singing about a woman. It feels like, and I'm sure there's a deeper meaning in there, but it's talking about how she's beautiful, or used to be beautiful before she changed and all that. But you just gotta listen to it. You'll fucking love it. I fucking love it. It's called Seeds of Gold by Closure in Moscow.
Alright.
And that's it, everybody. Y'all have a good one. Y'all just listen to the VJ special. We already did the trash dumping. So let's just throw it back one time with your real niggas. And just, you know what? You're white. You're probably somewhere out in public. But go ahead and say the N-word. Ain't nobody really gonna care.
We have permission.
Actually, take that back. Dial it back a bit. Don't say it. We're not giving you permission, and we're not telling you to say it, because when you do get your ass beat, we don't want to be liable.
Nope.
Have a good day.
And don't say the N-word.